Howdy, howdy, it's Meowdy. I feel like it was just yesterday when Bungie released their, back then I thought was their Titan project, but as I've learned lately, I think Titan didn't become the juggernaut that is Destiny and Destiny 2 from a Bungie back in, all the way in 2013 was the original Destiny launch. But today I'm not talking about Destiny, okay? I'm talking about the Destiny killer, the thing that's gonna bring the juggernaut of Bungie to its knees and quake in fear.
You smell something, Rabbit? Fear. No, hey.
That's right. I'm talking about Ubisoft's The Division. For those who don't know, Ubisoft's The Division and Division 2 was their take at the looter shooter sub MMO RPG that kind of Destiny really started and formulated. In Division, you are an agent. In Destiny, you're a guardian. It's pretty straightforward, the comparisons, but completely different atmospheres. Where in Destiny, you are out in space. You are basically a warrior wielding the light, having special abilities, weapons, taking on gods of a different species, stuff like that. When Division, it tries to stay decently grounded, in my opinion, with your abilities being more gadget related, as well as your weapons being straight up just real life weapons, and your enemies just being, let's be honest, just sacks of meat and human skin. It's really what they are, is just humans that can absorb bullets like SpongeBob. I don't know how they, I don't know. So in 2016, we got Division 1. Following that, I think it was like 2.
Hey! Well, I have you paused right now. Speaking of doing something, you see how that says subscribe in the future tense? Let's change that, buddy. Okay? Click it. Right now. You know what? Click the bell. Click it. Click.
3 years after we got Division 2, right after Destiny 2, Division 2 never really peaked, if I'm being honest with you. It just never really grabbed that mainstream audience that Destiny was able to hold. And honestly, after sitting down and actually playing Destiny 2 for the first time, like genuinely playing it for a few hours over the last couple weeks, it might have a chance with all this controversy in the Destiny 2 development and community that we might actually see a period where Division 2 might be able to rebound. It just got a huge quality of life update with its last season restart. It's getting ready for an expansion, I think, here in a few months. It's looking up for Division 2 here, and I'm looking forward to that. I really hope Division 2 gets an uptick in its popularity and people talk about it more, because it is a very good game. I know it's been out for a few years, so it's weird to say that the smoothness, it just works. Like, from running to gunning to doing the missions, it works really well. It's very repetitive. It's very repetitive, and I wouldn't say more repetitive than Destiny, but Destiny kind of hides their repetitiveness a little bit, like a kind of prettier paint a coat, where Division, as I was leveling, kind of felt more one for one, like it was exactly this same mission in a very similar area. But it still was a lot of fun. The missions are a lot of fun. I did some of the boss fights. I picked up on my old character, which I think was level 7 when I stopped playing a few years back. Leveled him a couple times, and then I actually had the expansion that I didn't know that I owned, the Warlords of New York. I used my character boost and played at level 30 for a while, for about a couple hours, like 5 hours on each. So I didn't put a crap ton of time into it. I do plan to play some more end games. There might be a second video that's coming out. But I did sit down and really enjoy that level 30 experience. I mean, big numbers go burr. It's scientifically proven. And they definitely did here, especially against, I think, the first boss. I'm gonna be terrible, I can't remember their name. Was really cool because it was using a hologram gadget to like play decoys. It was a very fun boss fight. I really enjoyed it. I do remember the biggest complaint from Division 1 where the difficulty, realistically, the difficulty of Division stems down to just the meat sacks. Like, it's just the bosses are just usually just big piles of meat they have to dump bullets and bullets and bullets into. That is still true in Destiny 2, in my opinion, but it's not as glaring. Like, one of the main mobs, like one of the big mobs I remember fighting, I couldn't really damage until I blew up canisters on his back. I thought that was really cool because he defended his front really well. But yeah, just to not like super rant here, I know that's kind of the whole point of this, but I really think Division 2 has a life. It has kept its small community. I think, as recording this, I think it's around 2,000 players on Steam right now, and that's not including console, where smaller games like this, especially on the PC, do very well on console, and people don't really realize. Like, look at Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege really exploded on PC when it was already kind of thriving on console. Another, ironically, Ubisoft title. I wouldn't be surprised if Division 2 is very popular on console, which should probably more of a competition for that space on console because of Destiny 2 and Division 2 being really good on console. On PC, Destiny 2 is just kind of got Division 2 very gapped right now. With the final shape coming out and with all this writing controversy, how they're doing their seasons, how they're doing their content in general, the layoffs and stuff, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen when that landscape shifts, because after the final shape and Destiny 2's story kind of closes for a little bit, and I'm curious to see if they're going to jump right into the next story. They're going to let it kind of sit, simmer for like maybe a year and a half. If Division plays their cards right, people are going to want that fix, and I think Division 2 has a chance of honestly filling that fix very well. It just works. It's been sitting there. It's been getting updates. It's been getting support from, ironically, Ubisoft, and just staying alive very well. And it's just really rounding out its corners. And I want this game to succeed. I want to see this game get a little bit more popular. I know they do have... I played in the beta of an extraction version of the Division a few months back. I don't know what the development on that is right now. But I genuinely think Division 2 has a chance of being one of those games that's kind of like Siege, which really sat in the background for a little bit and then just bursted out. I hope so, especially for the team that created it and feel the players that still play it to this day. I hope they get to see their community thrive and grow, as kind of sadly Destiny 2 really kind of falls on the afterburner, getting ready to close its chapter, and the community not being very happy where that chapter is going and where just the company itself is going. But yeah, Division 2, I've been having a blast. I plan to play it more. I want to get to the end game, to the Dark Zone, maybe even do some of like the in-game group content. Have you guys played Division 2? Have you been playing Division 2 since launch? What got you into Division? Yada yada. Are you playing Destiny? Are you playing both? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you feel about Division 2 right now going into 2024 to 2025? Because this is projected to be a very big year for Division. Yeah, so this has been Meowdy Mumbles. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video.